If they don't hurry up, I'm going to have to get another beer. This is,
You might as well go ahead and get another beer.
Grab one.
You best be drinking some for me.
no beer for you tonight?
I've been able to drink since last Sunday.
Oh.
Wait a minute. How are you still alive?
I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Miracle of modern medicine.
And these pain pills they got me on are really nice.
Yeah, better living through chemicals. That's how I say my whole life revolves around it.
I mean, I got like this. It's like this portable ice cooler pump thing that's hooked up,
So fun, aren't they?
and yeah, it's is a fucking pain in the ass. You gotta lug it with you everywhere you go. The doctor's like, "Well, you're not supposed to be going anywhere," and then I was like, "Well, okay, how about go fuck yourself?" And then the
Did
damn clothes, you know, I got it's a pain in the ass to sleep at night. I gotta sleep in a fucking chair.
It will
Did
all
you-
be time.
Did you talk back to your wife again?
Oh, not this time. I learned my lesson the last time.
Until he forgets for next time.
I'm adventurous. I'll do everything at least once.
Nice.
All right.
No, he caved. He's gonna go get that other beer now. How long does it take to fucking check in? Jesus.
How big is the hotel that he has to get up to his room? Is he in some fancy place again? Totally.
Probably.
I stayed in a resort one time for Clayton's foundation and took us 10 minutes to get to our room.
Big fancy places with fancy people. Ugh. Meanwhile, I'm used to the comfort inns of life.
It was all
That's
paid
what we did as
for.
children, was always the comfort inns, quality inn.
It was a really cool trip. The Apraxia Foundation paid for us to go and meet their CEO.
Oh yeah, that was wonderful. Do you guys care about that?
Yep.
I am not yet super laggy.
Okay. Might just be me then. Hopefully I'll catch up.
Meanwhile, I was looking at my family time for when I'm in Montana in January, and I might have to miss a Curse of Strahd. And I'm very upset
No.
about this, so I need to convince my family to get me to my sister's place earlier that night, because that's the night before I have a 4 a.m. flight. So I'm staying at my sister, who's only out and like less than a mile from the airport. I'm like, you need to get me there before dark. This is now the mission. Well, it's a 2-hour drive from my parents, and it's in the middle of nowhere, Montana, so there's no cell service to be
I
able
mean-
to be in Discord either.
You could say it's a mission from God.
Obviously. I'm like, we must make this work. I'm like,
Checks out for me. Well, while we wait for Gerhardt, who wants to, and I don't know if Ryan's going to turn his camera ever back on. We're just going to stare at a black screen. But who wants to give the recap of all the fun that happened last time?
my notes say chocolate cake, coffee, yummy, feist still going on about eggs. Apparently, Gara's having an egg now too. That's my next note there. And then dancing, Adnan being Adnan. And then we learned a password to get upstairs, and Portia spent the night with Leaf.
Now, hang on. Did Portia spend the night with Leaf, or did Leaf spend the night with
Leaf
Portia?
came to Portia's. Let's just be.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, I just enjoy my notes saying feist and eggs. ...
Where the hell is my note? Because I'm sure that this is going to come up. Got stuck behind a group of pilots. What the fuck?
Doesn't he know?
All right, while we're waiting, where is the tears ability thing? You said you made it separate?
You don't see it in your inventory?
Give me a second. Oh, okay, there it was. Okay, I see it now.
From the normal one, basically the spells have been removed from it and the charges have been removed from it. And then the other one that has the charges, I just took the weight off of it so it doesn't matter, and took
Okay.
away the requirement for attunement.
Let me fix my hotbar.
It's the same item. No, never mind. The one that you had hotbar should be the same one.
So even though it's on the hotbar, it still shouldn't pop up the charges?
It should not, because the one on your hotbar should be the one that doesn't say charges.
Yeah.
I hope.
Please not.
Oh, I guess make another one. What the fuck do I know? Vinny, what happened to your blind sight?
I don't know. It says
I
it's
bet.
in census, but
I bet I didn't fix it on. Did not. Line sight, 30 feet. 8. If you right click on yourself, Remy, do you have the eyeball icon on the left?
Yes, I do.
So you can then hopefully switch between dark vision and blind sense, or blind sight.
Fancy. Good to know.
And that should be a permanent change for you. All right. Well, next morning, what? Who wants to get up and do what? Day is yours.
I'm gonna go out to mail the letter that I sent to you. Find somewhere in town to mail a letter.
So you're gonna untangle yourself from Feist
I suppose.
and
The little dragon.
and leave this area and try to find someone in a big, loud city to mail your thing.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Okay, give me your survival roll.
Well, that's never good.
This is gonna be great, everybody. Hey, not bad.
Okay. All right, roll me a d4. 2. All right. So with an 18, you you leave the tavern, and as you're leaving, Janet and Fosrin are start cleaning things up and making sure that the tavern part is cleaned up and ready to go. And they just kind of wave as you're leaving, like, do whatever you want. You got the permission from the wayward souls to be here, so I don't stop you. And you exit out of the tavern and kind of go back to the main street and ask a couple of people, and like the first few people look at you like that you're a leper because you're a deep gnome on the surface, and that's
Yep.
that's a bit different. That's a bit different. But I mean, eventually, I'd say an older couple give you directions to one of the miscellaneous. Man, the words are just escaping me right now.
Throw the letters out. We'll put them together.
Exactly. One of the miscellaneous work halls where you can just kind of hire people to go and do a thing for you, almost like an adventure guild, but not quite. The people who can do miscellaneous tasks. It's not exactly like a true postal service.
Yeah.
But you can. They tell you where to go, and for 50 gold, you can hire a person to take the package that you have bundled up and with an address on it, and they will take it back.
Okay, I will make sure they look trustworthy-ish, and then send them off with.
Oh, you want trustworthy-ish? Give me an insight roll.
Yes. I know what I'm sending. Of course, I want trustworthy. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
look great.
this individual, a bit on the skinny side, has got kind of long black hair that's a little oily. Has some pimples on their face. They look like a young kid. They're just trying to, get a job done, and they tell you with full confidence that they know exactly where this is, and they will get it done, no problem.
Okay.
And they seem trustworthy. So
Perfect. Sounds good
hand-
to me.
you hand over the money in the package, and confident that that the contents will
Yep.
be delivered correctly. You're actually even given a receipt, though
Fancy.
the handwriting is so atrocious you have no idea what it says.
That's fine.
And the individual is already cooking. It's taken
Great.
off.
Great. It's
You've
real
got-
inspiring of confidence
You've got
there.
full confidence that that's going to happen without issues.
Perfection. Then I'll just wander my way back through town on the way back towards the inn. Possibly stopping if there's any party stores.
Party stores. What kind of a party?
I will send you it's something that we discussed in Coven weeks ago.
Oh, Lord. Hi, Gerhardt.
Howdy. Sorry for the delay on that. I'm in one of my home aways from home.
Apparently.
I don't even know if it exists, but
Interesting. Roll me a d20. So, not exactly a party store, but as you are just walking back the tavern, just kind of looking at the different shops and things that are kind of on your way, you pass a few places that have some decent general party stuff, but nothing specialized like what you're looking for.
okay. I'll just keep
Not-
an eye out anytime
Not
I'm in
that
town. Then.
specific.
Sounds good.
So while Remy is out doing that, who's getting up next? What are you doing? What's going on? The date is yours.
I mean, I don't need to sleep very long, so I'll be up.
Okay.
I'll hang out downstairs for a little bit to see if anybody else straggles out, but if not, I'll go about my merry way.
How long's a little bit? Couple hours?
Not a couple. I like an hour.
Okay.
Enough time to eat some breakfast, converse with Leaf, and see Martin off to school, and then I will head out if nobody's up and moving.
All right. well, you go downstairs and you see what Remy sees. You see Janet still going around sweeping things up, and Fosrin is cleaning up the bar area. And when you came downstairs, the door of the kitchen was shut. There's no smells. You don't see Leaf. It's just those two down there. Miss Fosrin's like moving, coming behind Janet, like taking chairs off of tables and setting them like back on the floor after she's swept around and cleaned things up. Those two just have like this whole like motion together, and they just they acknowledge that you're there, but otherwise don't really pay any sort of never mind to you. I would say that probably about like 5 or 10 minutes of you sitting there, the front door opens, and a younger halfling comes in. She goes over to Janet, and they talk for a little bit, and then she seems to like go behind the bar area, and then puts on this apron, and then goes out those double doors that
The
could
kitchen?
lead into that hallway. No, not the kitchen. It leads to the hallway. The double doors are the doors that separate the tavern from the inn part, and the inn part has the kitchen. So you just see this again younger halfling individual just go through those double doors after putting on a kind of apron.
Say, Fosrin, are you guys setting up for the day's business?
Yeah. Yeah, we usually since Leaf's been back open about 9 for breakfast.
Isn't breakfast normally cooking by the time you're setting up?
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
I mean, I assume it's cooking. I can't get into the kitchen.
I don't smell anything, Fosrin.
I mean, the door's not open. So I don't know if Leaf's in there or if that Jonathan guy's in there.
I'm gonna go to the door, and I'm going to sniff around like a dog and beat on it like they owe me money.
Go to the door for the kitchen?
Yep.
Okay. Give me an active perception check. "22. Nice. You come out there and you're smelling, and the only thing you smell is lemony fresh, clean hallway. You don't smell any food cooking. And you start boom, 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 banging on that door. No response. So you're like boom, 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 boom. And then the top half of the door opens. And then you're hit with the smells of donuts and cinnamon rolls and pastries and bacon, and just a womb of smell, senses just assault you. As
yeah, what do you want? It's not breakfast time yet. What do you want? What? Oh, hi. You're one of the people that own the place. How you doing?
Yeah, Jonathan, can I come back and make a plate?
Do you know the word to get in?
Pretty please.
That's not the word. And Leaf told me not to tell anybody the word to get in, and I'm afraid of him.
Just send Leaf up here and I will ask him.
Leaf's already left to go get stock for the day. What,
Where does he
you
get
only
stock?
you want me just to give you a plate of food? What do you want? I can just hand you a plate.
Yeah, just load me up a plate. Everything you got.
Everything?
Yeah,
I don't
one
think
of
it's going to fit
everything.
on one plate.
Well, then put it on two.
Oh, you see like this big grin, like, oh, okay.
turns around, goes back, and what you see from your perspective of that on the half door is you're looking at only one of those fireplace that has the oven section on top of it, which you can hear clattering and smacking and things coming, like all kinds of movement seems to be happening. And then what he does is he brings over a serving tray as though it's a plate. And on the serving plate tray, you've got eggs and beans and sausage and toast and cinnamon rolls and donuts and pastries and a big o thing of milk and another big o thing of juice. And then he just, here you go.
Now that's a right proper plate there, Jonathan. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm going to take my serving tray to the bar,
Okay.
and I'm going to proceed to try to eat it all.
Okay. While you're eating, who's up next? Who's doing what?
I'm just gonna come down and see Adnan and start eating the food off of his tray too. Locking eye contact the entire time and not saying a word. Just sit down and grabbing a biscuit off his tray.
Do you
I
say
feel
anything
like-
about this, Adnan? You just let it happen.
I am going to lock eye contact with Tegan, and I will lick all the sticky glaze off my fingers, just to make it as awkward as possible.
Oh,
With a good time, will you now?
I was about to say, that doesn't sound awkward to me. That sounds hot. We're going to get some Adnan Tegan action. Woo! I'm here for it.
Where were you, Tegan?
Doing things.
That's clear as mud.
I was busy.
Were you working on a method of enchanting things?
You could say that, yes, in a matter of speaking.
Did you enchant something for me to, maybe give me some extra protection?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't.
Do you know anybody that could?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Maybe we could try that hot girlfriend of yours, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, lover. What I forgot her name.
Just
The Black
refer-
Widow.
Mistake number 34.
Oh, 34. Maybe you could pull some favors in for me?
From 34, I don't know, but now 23 and possibly 75, I might be able to ask favors of.
Just curious, what number does this end at?
It's yet to be determined.
Gotcha.
I heard we had a wee bit of a nice little dance party going on in here last night.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much rocked the house last night.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Got Gerhardt and Portia competing for Leaf.
Oh, what's the over-under on that?
Well, I was pulling for Portia. I don't know if anybody really pulled that off.
Stalemate. The worst kinds.
Yep. The ultimate goal was a trifecta of Silas, Gerhardt, and Leaf. But-
That would have been the sight to see.
Tomorrow's another night. Or tonight's another night, I should say.
Yes, it is. Maybe we should invite Silas out tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's
Yeah.
a smooth. He's got some smooth dance moves too.
I have heard this, and it's when he's got that fourth arm of his flailing around, he
Oh,
can do some really nice things there. I've heard.
I bet.
Maybe we should send a runner. Have one of the lads from the kitchen area make a run down to the wherever the hell he's at these days, and invite
Yeah,
him out to the dance fest extraordinaire that we got
he-
going on tonight.
yeah. He's at that what the lady, the crow thing. What do
Yeah.
they call that?
I don't know. A waste of time.
Yeah,
Y'all
something.
lucky Silas is not here to hear that.
We could have Martin, since him and Martin have been hanging out. We could have Martin invite him over.
Throw up the lad when he's young. Absolutely, it's a great idea.
Love it. Say, Jonathan, or Fosrin. Fosrin is who I meant to call out to.
Yes, sir.
When you see Martin later, could you ask him to go run and grab Uncle Silas to join us for dinner tonight?
Martin should be down soon. He has school today.
Gotcha. My smile just got that much bigger while eating breakfast.
He walks with Rosetta now, actually. They should both be down shortly.
Rosetta. That sounds familiar.
That's Harvey's daughter.
Harvey Stone?
Harvey Brigham, I believe.
Oh,
The
Brigham.
guy who makes the brew now.
Was that his name? Harvey?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's not bacon bourbon. Don't call him that.
I see.
I mean,
Man.
maybe if you add a Mister in front of that, he'd probably think it'd be funny.
Honestly, my experiences with him have not been very humorous, so I don't think we're on that level yet.
Is this the same Harvey from the other pub that we know there, Adnan?
Yes.
It is. It's the Harvey that. It's the me and the Harvey that, oil and water.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The man who created the bacon bourbon. Yes, Leaf had a long discussion and, well, bought him.
And he now works in our tavern.
Yes, sir.
Aye.
With a might lucrative contract, actually.
I see.
Please do not go bossing him around.
Small fucking world, you says.
You're gonna ruin your bacon bourbon.
I'll ruin no such thing. Can't wait to see my good friend Harvey. Or Henry. Hank, what was his name again?
Mr. Stone.
Oh dear.
Mr. Stone.
Well, as you guys are talking and having some food, the doors open, and coming out of the doors is a shorter human, blonde hair, young man individual with those bright blue eyes. He is currently dressed in these black pants, like dark brown soft boots, a white undershirt with a silver vest, and coming in just behind him is a young human woman, little girl, that is wearing this platinum dress with a blue sash around the waist and has a blue ribbon in their hair. And they each of them seems to have a cup of some kind in one hand and a little pastry in the other. and they have like their some sort of sash or satchel over one shoulder where they probably have books or something. And as they're coming through, oh, Adnan, you're awake and still here. That's awesome. As Martin and Rosetta have arrived.
That's Martin?
Yeah, he's in his school uniform.
Aren't you going to school, Martin?
This isn't Martin. This is still Leaf. Ignore that. It's not. No. Yeah. I'm having breakfast, and then we're leaving.
Are you going to see Uncle Silas today?
After school, yes.
Do you want to let him know that we're in town and that we're inviting him to dinner tonight?
I can. Yeah, I can totally let him know. I'm sure he'd be really excited to see you guys.
I think he would too.
Oh, we're counting on it.
Oh, by the way, this is Rosetta. She's new here. She's the brew guy's daughter. We go to the same school now. And the little girl goes, hello.
Hey, Rosetta. Would you like some breakfast?
I've got my pastry and juice, thank you. It's like nervously eats. They both finish their pastry, set their cup up on the bar for Fosrin, and they both say, bye! And they take off for school. Who's coming downstairs next?
I feel like Gerhardt, after an evening when he went as hard as he did, would be up and out late.
The feeling Portia's still asleep.
Would be up and what? What'd you say, Gerhardt?
Up and out late. So he'd be late coming down, but
I
if
understand.
it's late
Okay.
enough,
I understand.
I think Feist would be up pretty early. Like, somehow I feel like their little gremlin body is designed to digest all sorts of shit it shouldn't. So, like, what's a little extra alcohol and sugar?
Well, I imagine you wake up when you realize how cold you are because your snuggle
When Remy
buddy is
comes
gone.
Very displeased. Very displeased.
You wake up alone.
I'm also covered in papers, like hastily drawn schematics, and I'm looking through them like, egg incubator? Why do I have multiple versions of an egg incubator and multiple copies of how to replicate? Look up giant. Why do I need a book on giants? Okay. And I'm just gonna gather all my papers and go downstairs.
You go downstairs to see Tegan and Adnan at the bar eating off of one giant serving tray of food.
Well, that's domestic. Did either one of you need an egg incubator? Why was I designing one last night?
Because you thought Leaf was going to make an egg.
Oh. Is he not?
I don't think he decided to make an egg.
Well, then these are a waste, and they're just gonna throw the egg schematics and then just come sit up next to them and wait and see about some bacon, since now they're scared to go back to the kitchen by themselves.
After you throw the schematics, you hear,
I just cleaned up the floor.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'll collect them, actually carefully organizing them in case of future need, and then go back
Thank
up and
you.
sit.
What you do in your own room is your business.
On the backside of that schematics, did you have the schematics for my new armor?
Oh, well, this isn't for you, actually. I think I might be able to get Leviathan to replicate itself, or at least help me replicate myself. Leaf gave me the idea. I could work on something for you. Can you use armor?
Hello? I have leather armor on right now.
I mean, it's so hard to see it with your stunning circlet crown and royal cloak that you wear and your
That's
scepter of the gods.
Feist looks at that and then looks over at Leviathan stationed in the corner, and then back at Adnan. What kind of armor do you think I make?
I really never thought about it. You just said that you were
I
going to
got.
come up with something to make me not so squishy.
I think you should
Oh,
very shiny armor, very pretty shiny armor. Feist, you can do that for Admiral, right? Give him some pretty shiny armor.
I mean, he's
Oh.
already pretty shiny, in all honesty.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can polish a turd, but a turd's still a turd.
I mean, it's better if you let them dry out, then you can use them as fuel. But I don't think I should do that to Adnan.
Don't let me dry out.
I can take a look and see. I might be able to make you a ring that would do something. Or can you use bracers? Are those, like, I made Portia those bracers. I might be able to design something similar for you.
I mean, I don't know. What does it take to use bracers?
The ability to use armor.
Do you have to be strong for that? Because if you got to be strong, I'm out.
DM, do I know whether or not you have to, how, in terms of medium, light, or heavy, how strong you have to be to use bracers?
I mean, it depends on what you're making them out of. They're feisty.
I know. What did I make? I made Porsches out of adamantine or out of mithril.
Out of mithril.
I know that was a really light material to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could probably would I be correct in thinking that Feist would know that Adnan might be able to handle bracers with limited capacity with armor? Not gauntlets, bracers.
You know, it's hard to tell what Adnan can or cannot handle. But I will say that you're fairly confident at least Martin could. So Adnan might be able to.
Well, Martin is way stronger than Adnan, so that doesn't give me good data.
Yeah, you're correct.
So, depending on if I can source the metal, Adnan, there's a lighter metal, the same one. Okay. You might not live through it, but if later I can borrow Portia's bracers, we'll have you test them. If you can use them, I can make, well, she wears, it's gauntlets, so I could make you some bracers with similar metal. They'd be lightweight, so you might be able to handle them. We could run a test. But you have to get them from Portia, not me. I haven't had coffee yet.
Okay.
Then we'll see what kind of stuff we can do. I gotta check in. I want to check with, I'll talk to Avi and Embrick. Embrick helped me with Porsche's. Maybe he can help me with a set for you. I also need to check in on them.
All of that, I'm gonna just glance at Adnan and just, with this look of amazement, like, did you just agree to take Portia's armor?
Yeah, it sounds like a death wish to me.
I've seen death twice. It's not a lady I'm afraid to dance with.
I mean, to each his own, right? But this is Portia we're talking about, right? You know, I mean, she's fucking terrifying, Adnan. She's terrifying. She'd scare flies off a pile of shit from 100 yards.
I feel her anger's mostly directed at you.
Well, I mean, probably, but I mean, better me than you, right?
What if I just went up to her and said, hey, me and Tegan have a bet? He says that you would never let me try on your bracers.
Oh, she'd most absolutely, for sure, just hand them over, just to fucking spite me. She would.
Yeah.
I was
And
gonna
then
say
she'd probably try and punch me in the face or something.
I was gonna say you could just communicate like adults, but this sounds fun too.
Would communicate like adults.
As far as I know, both of you are considered full grown for your species. I'm not entirely sure, but
Oh,
Physically, yes.
Gotcha. Tegan, would your tower happen to have any books on giants that I might be able to borrow?
probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would. I've
'Cause
got
I
books
think,
about books, you know.
well, that sounds redundant. May I borrow one? I think there might be some modifications I could make to Leviathan that might increase its capabilities.
I would be more than happy to loan you a book on giants.
Thank you. Runes specifically, if you don't mind.
But there's a caveat here. You see,
Okay. There always is.
I may be in need of some of your engineering experience in the future.
Okay.
So there'll come a time where I'm going to call upon you, and I'm going to need you to just, shake your head and smile, and just don't question what I ask you to make.
Is it meant to murder someone?
I mean, most things that I do, can end up murdering people.
Cool, I'm in.
Solid.
You don't have to bargain with me, Tegan. If you need help, I'll help you. That's what Pact does.
It's not that Tegan needs help. I'm just much too busy.
Aw, Tegan needs some help. You can't quite do it on your own, can you, big guy?
Gonna look like crispy bacon if he keeps this up.
Oh, golly gosh. My day's getting better and better.
Fozerin has put out a pot of coffee for you all there.
You are the best person I've ever met.
Pact helps Pact.
Mm.
Breakfast?
You can also ask. Yes.
Okay. Do you want a platter like they're having?
Smaller?
So you want like a normal plate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure why Jonathan put that on a big tray, but okay.
Dramatics.
Because we asked him to.
That makes sense.
I think I ate a whole cake yesterday, guys. I'm still finding chocolate in my scales.
Frightening.
Fozerin goes through the double doors, and when he goes through those double doors, the smell of food just wafts in here.
So, do you know what I'm making, Tegan? Can I start drawing schematics, or is this something you're going to call in later?
Oh,
I'm
this
curious.
is the future. This is the future thing.
Okay, so you don't have a plan. You're just holding you're holding an ace in your back pocket.
Well, I mean, I've got a plan, but I've got to formulate a plan on how to implement the plan that I'm formulating. Otherwise, there'll be no plan, and then we're planless.
All right, gotcha. Just depending on the execution, my ability to execute the plan is going to be very different depending on where we're at.
We'll make a plan for that.
Perfect.
Sounds like we're planless.
Currently. But we have that plan, so now we're less planless.
Fozerin comes back with a plate heaping with eggs, bacon, ham, beans, and toast.
Oh, I love being home. It's probably inhaled very quickly.
What?
If there's any extra bacon, some of it's gonna go in the bacon pocket in Leviathan.
Fozerin, have you seen any of the other crew?
I mean, I've met them all, yes, but what do you mean by crew?
Specifically, the people that we came in yesterday. Have you seen any of them wake up yet and come through here?
Only the new one, the
Oh!
deep gnome.
Remy.
Ribby, thank you. Yes, they walked through here just before you, actually, Adnan.
They left.
Yes. And we're
How does she know where to go?
Did she say what she was, why she was leaving?
no.
Oh Jesus, we have another. What was the donkey's name?
Donkey?
Yeah, Tegan called him Jerky all the time.
Dominic?
Oh,
No.
Hamburglar!
Yeah. What was Hamburglar's name?
Ah, goodness gracious, what did we call him? The San Francisco treat? No, not him. No.
Arden.
Arden, yes, Angus.
Yes, we
You
have
knew
another.
well. I
You're
We have
remember.
saying
another Arden.
words that don't make sense. Who's Arden? Angus? Donkey? What?
A deserter.
A deserter?
He was a deserter. He was a right piece of shit, he was.
In the party for a hot minute.
He didn't die? You have a tendency to kill former party members, or they get dead.
Not all of them. Like
Have enough time.
Kaylin left and she didn't die. Arden
don't-
left, he didn't die.
I don't remember.
Silas
Kaylin.
left.
Silas, well, he has a lot to do with death, so maybe he's adjacent to that statement.
He couldn't hang with it. He just saw too much death. It was a little PTSD, as I call it.
Well, I think just Silas found us annoying, but other than that, I don't think it was personal.
Oh, I think if he was only annoyed with one person, it was probably just Portia. She was always riding on his head.
It is nice to have a high vantage point.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one that keeps dying, though.
That's true.
I wonder if he would have revivified you. I never know what to do with him.
Silas? Silas isn't into revivify. It's when it's time to meet your lady, you go to his lady. Or he assists you in going to the lady.
So maybe it's best he helps with Marta.
You want him to help Martin find his lady?
Well, no, he says when it's time. I'm assuming he would say that Martin has time.
I would hope.
I mean, it's
Martin
possible.
is...
But there's that other temple that's much more... I don't know how to put it.
Bahamut, much prettier. That's where the kids are at. I like it better.
Yeah, that's... I mean, out of all the temples, that's the go-to temple, you know?
I gotta go see the kids.
Martim's School. Temple of Bahamut.
Mm-hmm. It's a class of higher education over there.
I mean, we do pay quite a bit there, so I definitely hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, we have to pay for Martin to get learned.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of... Well, actually, that is weird. How come that's not just an automatic thing? Are we paying for the kits, too?
No.
Okay.
You make donations to the temple. That's how things work.
Usually we just trade for stuff. You need a stick, I take your stick, I give you a pot. You needed a pot. There you go, done.
Wait, you trade sticks for pots?
Only if I needed a pot and they needed a stick. Otherwise, it would be something else. I needed a whole vat of bugs one time. I traded that for this woven pillow of this really big, nasty spider that was down there that we had to eliminate. It was a really nice pillow.
Okay.
Money's the weird thing, you guys. I had to learn about that when I came here. So, I'm a little concerned about Remy, though. She's from down there. If she went to go explore, what if somebody steps on her? Or what if she gets lost?
Judging by seeing what Remy can do and how well she takes care of herself, she'll probably only get stepped on once.
That's true. It's hard to step on people when you're dead. But then we have to figure out how to pay to get her out of jail.
Well,
I mean,
that
why
could
do
be
you-
a future us problem. Right now, I think bacon's the more pressing matter.
I wonder if maybe she doesn't want to be in the group anymore. Like, if you leave without saying where you're going in the middle of the night or early morning before people are up,
Well,
kind of
where did
makes it
she
sound
stay
like,
last-
huh?
Where did she stay last night?
At my room, at least in the beginning.
Oh. Well,
So what
hell,
did you do to her?
I don't know. I was really drunk. Maybe I sleep bitter. I've done that a couple of times.
Oh my
you
god.
roared like a
Feist.
dragon.
Not a dragon, kobold.
Maybe we
Smaller
should put the word out. Remy,
Feel-
please don't leave. Feist was dreaming about cake.
Ooh, that
Oh,
could
I
be
think
a
I
nice
bitter. I don't know if I did.
Well, clearly
can-
you did something. Why else would she leave in the middle of the night?
Maybe she's got to run an errand. Maybe she's an early riser. She didn't drink yesterday.
If you were going to run an errand, wouldn't you be like, hey, party people, I'm going to go take care of this. Be right back.
Weren't all of you guys asleep? I was asleep.
Yeah, but
She doesn't know how to find you. She's never been here.
that's what I'm saying. Fosrin was here. He was up and moving. He saw her leave. Wouldn't you be like, hey, Fosrin, got to go do something. I'll be right back. Tell the crew I'm going to be gone for an hour.
Well, you know, we did just pick her up, and we are rather.
unorthodox.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say complicated. So,
No, down there she liked us because that's where I got the cloak of friendship.
well, you can like people and still decide that maybe there's better opportunities other places. So let's see whether or not she comes back, and then we can set some rules that if she goes places, she's got to let us know in case she has to be recovered if she's murdered or if she's murdered someone else.
That's probably why she left.
someone
You
else.
probably said some shit like that last night.
No, it sounds like you guys need to have a new team member orientation.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I wonder if that's what happened with Silas.
Needed a new team member orientation, or I bit him. I never slept with Silas.
We were too much. Maybe we were too much for him.
You know what, though? I can't think of anyone else who could give the new team member orientation better than Silas, though.
That's probably true. He's got a very realistic view on things.
Really,
Have
Yes.
we given that to Gearhart? Does he
Is
still count
he-
as a new member?
Gerhardt has not been. He's not gone through orientation yet, no.
So maybe we should have Silas sit Gearhart and Remy down tonight, and we can have him give them the new member orientation.
Well, good, yeah, we already invited him to dinner.
I did hear that. You guys are thinking ahead.
As you guys
Over-
are talking about this, the front door opens, and a tiny deep gnome is at the door.
Ah, I'm gonna run over. Did I bite you?
What? No.
Are you okay? I'm looking at their arms.
What did Feist do to make you leave?
Nothing
Nothing?
yet.
Where'd you go?
To try to send home.
Oh. I thought you lived underground.
Yes. I don't know if it'll. I think it'll make it. He seemed very confident. He gave me a receipt.
So next time you get up early and have a chore, if you could maybe just let Fosrin or somebody know that you're going to be right back. We
Who's
thought that
Fosrin?
I
point
pointed
to
to
the-
Dragonborn.
Hi, Fosrin.
we thought
Hello,
maybe
Remy.
Feist did something really bad last night and you left.
No, I just wanted to send notice some home to my family and let them know I'm not dead yet.
Good
Among
for
other
them to
things.
know.
But what
That's a
happens
solid
if
plan.
you die before they get that notice?
Well, at least they'll have it. I really honestly don't know that my parents would care that much, so it'll be okay.
Oh.
I got parents like that.
That doesn't sound like they're
Bacon!
very with a letter.
I have siblings. I care about them more.
Feist leans over since they're about the same height in their ear and whispers, "Just let us know if you leave. 1, we gotta be able to find you if you get in trouble. 2, this group has abandonment issues.
Noted.
Okay. The bacon's good this morning."
Oh, good.
It's not that we have abandonment issues. We've
I
just had
was
people
whis-
leave
That was
us.
a whisper.
I was whispering.
I was reading lips. Tongue feature over
Can
here.
you read
undercommon?
Kobold Lips? In Undercommon. Yes, I would have said it in Undercommon.
Don't make me cast tongues.
I'll cast tongues on you, and I'm gonna lick whatever skin of Adnan's I can reach, and then run out of reaching distance.
Just laughing.
Wow.
Let chaos reign.
This morning just went all to shit. On that note, I'm gonna take my leave and go, check in on me tower.
Giant book, please.
And I'm going to grab a massive handful or two of bacon.
Okay.
As I lock eye contact with everybody.
Okay.
And slowly back out of the door.
Protection
Runes
and
specifically.
protection and enchantments, please.
Oh, I could probably work some of that into. Huh.
Didn't we just have this conversation? You said before you were going to make something to help me not be so squishy.
Yeah, I have ADHD. I don't remember shit. I'll go start
We-
working on schematics.
We keep circling back to this.
Yeah, I was working on an egg incubator for some reason. I get distracted. I'll work on it. It just depends on what kind of resourcing we have and how much time. We just don't spend much time up here for me to be able to get into making a project. It took me like 2 weeks to make Portia's bracers, and Embrick and I almost, I don't know, we basically slept in the fire the whole time. So if we're gonna make you something, I might need a little more time. So I need to start looking at some schematics and what I can afford. That mithril's expensive. Do I remember what I paid for that?
5 G's.
Okay.
5
That was
grand?
basically what you spent your reward money on.
Yeah, I made the bracers with the reward money.
As you're talking about that, that front door opens again. And
Jesus,
Leaf
what
walks
is this
inside.
place? A tavern?
Yes, it is a tavern.
Has anybody seen Portia?
I didn't sleep with her last night, but I slept with Remy, so no.
I'm gonna go to Portia's room.
I'm gonna
Okay.
whisper through my ring, "Don't do it, Adnan, don't do it."
Uh-oh, Remy doesn't have a ring.
Focus, Feist. Focus.
As Adnan gets up to go upstairs, Leaf walks over to Fosrin, and Fosrin, the delivery is out back. You want to go get Harvey to help you unload? Yes, Master Leaf, of course. He puts the towel down and shuffles off.
You know, Leaf,
Really?
if you change your inflection, you might scare people a little less.
Was that scary?
Not to me.
Then it's fine.
Oh,
Adnan,
perfect.
why are you not using an actual plate? Have you lost all manners ever since you went underground?
Again,
Say
I whisper
Adnan?
through the ring.
Why? Why does he have a tray of slop?
You were not here, and I asked Jonathan for a plate. He asked me what I wanted. I said, one of everything. And he said, that won't fit on a plate. I said, do 2, and he gave me this tray.
Jonathan. Of course. Thank you.
Are you okay, Leaf? You're a little grumpy this morning. I didn't finish the egg incubator. You don't need to worry. I didn't waste any resources on it.
Why would you incubate an egg? Are you hatching chickens?
No, I was assuming you were. But anyway, are you grumpy? Why are you grumpy?
I'm not grumpy. We have a tavern to open up in 45 minutes, and there's a mess of nonsense here.
Grumpy.
I'll just fuck
Business.
it out. I'm gonna shove all the food in my mouth all at once, like it's a hot dog eating contest.
I will-
Chipmunk
make sure that Jonathan does not do that again.
Sorry.
As Leaf goes through those double doors and disappears around the
right?
corner.
Adnan, he's grumpy, right?
It seemed like, yeah, he had a little, he was a little tense.
That's weird. I thought that the purpose of recreational copulation was to have the individuals relax.
Maybe he had visions of grandeur and turned out to be a dud.
I don't know what that means.
It wasn't everything he thought it would be.
I can't imagine that of Portia.
I didn't say it would be Portia.
Oh. Did they involve somebody else?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Oh. Maybe you should go check on her. If he's grumpy, maybe she's grumpy too. And I don't
Okay.
want to get hit, so you go check.
Yeah, send the weakest person in the party to go check on her. Fuck it. What could go wrong?
It maybe will help her convince to lend money to make, bracers, because she feels guilty about it later eventually.
When you hear the big loud bang and the thump, just know, come with the diamond dildo. I'm gonna need it.
All of you. So bad.
Oh, this is fantastic.
I will Mrs. Doubtfire that shit. It's on the way. Don't worry.
Well, all right, so Adnan, you're gonna go check on Portia.
Yep.
All right. Well, as you pass through those double doors, your door on the left, but you can see that the kitchen is now open, and there's a few people that are moving barrels of stuff into the kitchen, and you just hear Leaf just aggressively talking down to a short person about the mess, how this is not his kitchen. He will do things Leaf's way, and it's bad.
I'm gonna detour then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna stand by Jonathan's side.
Yes, Adnan.
Well, Leaf, I think that you're being unfair to poor Jonathan.
And how
He
was
was-
that?
Jonathan was merely doing what you should do in the restaurant business, and that is to keep the customers happy. And when I asked for a plate of food, he delivered a plate of food, and I was not upset. Now, he's not necessarily in control of the mess I make. And Jonathan was here working by himself. He didn't have any help. He can only be in one spot at a time. He's doing the best he can. I don't think it's right or fair to him to come down on him so hard.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh boy.
Leaf just drops the tavern on Adnan. Go
Can I-
Gadget bonuses. Holy shit.
I don't even know what it came out to be. Oh,
20.
I was going to use a luck. I'll let the 20 ride.
You want the 20 let right?
Yeah.
All right. So Leaf looks to you and looks to Jonathan and looks to you and goes, all right, I'll let it drop. You are one of the owners of the establishment. I am not.
Leaf, could I talk to you in private, please?
Sure.
And I will usher him aside, and
Okay.
I will ask him if everything is okay today.
Why do you ask that?
Well, Leaf, in the time that I've known you, I've come to, I guess, have a baseline for your personality, and today seems like you are very short and not your typical self, as if something's bothering you.
Hmm.
And I'm concerned for you as a friend, and if there's something bothering you, I want to make sure that I can do whatever whatever it is I can do to help you out or improve your mood. Because I care about you.
I appreciate that, Adnan. If anything, I might be a little irritated. The prices at the market are a little higher than they should be.
You need some extra coin?
No, I don't need money. I just don't like having to overpay for things.
Is
It
there
really makes me think about starting a farm.
is there someone at the market that I can speak with, or do you think that the farm is the way to go?
I am not sure.
Well, I don't want to rush you into decision. Just let me know. I'm happy to go and help you with either one.
You see him like take a visible like. Thank you.
You're welcome, Leaf. Just remember, we're friends and we're here to help you out. Whatever you need, you just let us know.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to make my way up into the Devil's Den.
Give me an active perception check.
Come on, Adon.
Oh,
Oh,
I
dear.
gotta use luck on that one.
Yep.
Sure.
Get this one. Get it.
Once I find it.
Oh, make sure everybody hit long rest and new day too. Make sure you guys got your stuff reset back. Just re-roll it, Adnan. Just re-roll it.
Okay, it disappeared off my thing.
Jesus. 19 is better though.
Luck's there underneath active abilities. I see it. 3 of 4. I mean, you used one yesterday. You haven't. I don't think you long rested yet. But all right, 19. As you're saying the passphrase for the door to your guys' part of the tavern, you just catch in Elvish Leaf apologizing to Jonathan.
Okay.
So you go up the flight of stairs. You know exactly where Portia's room is. Do you just go in? Do you knock on the door? What do you do?
No, I don't just go in. Before I do anything, I take a deep breath. I ground myself. I listen at the door, and then I knock if I don't hear anything.
You knock on the door.
I quickly step to the side in case the door comes flying open.
How loudly do you knock?
Normal knock. Normal knock.
Normal knock. All right.
Mhm.
Where's
Like
your
we have a tiger in the room that we're trying to not make angry.
Portia, give me a perception check.
I'm less scared of the tiger than
Lion.
Portia. Lion, tigers.
Bears. Oh my.
Oh my.
It's
We
all
get
in that
Allison?
room
now,
in
too.
particular.
Hallison's not here.
Is that a regular perception or?
Oh damn it!
That's,
Why isn't
yeah, that's
Allison
regular.
here?
That's fine.
Okay.
Portia, you hear knocking at your door.
I ignore it. I go.
Okay.
I roll back over and go back to sleep.
Adnan, there's no answer.
Very well. I
Do
knock
you-
louder.
Okay.
And I add in Portia. It's Adnan.
I don't say anything. I put the pillow over my head and snuggle back down deeper into my bed.
Okay, I straight beat on the door like she owes me money.
She
And I yell,
does.
Portia, it's Adnan. Let me know you're okay, or I'm coming through the door.
Fuck off, Adon. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, there she is. How are you doing today, princess?
I get up. I grab my robe.
Yep.
I grab something off my nightstand. I open up the door, and I'm standing there with a knife pointed at you. What do you want?
Like a big giant dumbass at this point, and I've already bitten this rotten apple. I full send it. I'll push the door open and I say, I just want to talk to you and see how things are going today. And I try to step into the room. I don't know if I'm gonna get stabbed, but we're
Oh,
gonna find out.
you want to talk about how things are? You want to be my friend now? Okay, okay. Come on in. Okay.
I look back into the hallway, wishing someone else was there.
Let's go. What do you want? Because just yesterday, or the day before, you were telling me to fuck off and leave the group, and now you're coming into my room and being all lovey-dovey, let's hug this out, I'm your friend? I was asleep.
Back that truck up a second. Leave the group?
Yeah, you were in agreement with Vice for that. I needed to leave down in the dungeon.
You mean because you had the red pick of death?
You told me to leave. You didn't
No,
trust me. You
I
guys told
didn't.
me to leave.
If you remember, I stood in your corner and I said we should not handcuff her and leave her here. She has a decision to make on her own. I left that decision entirely up to you. I just said that if you're going to have the red pick, I don't feel comfortable with you going with the group because of what happened last time.
Do you even know what all happened last time, Adnan?
I was here. I know what happened. I know what I saw. I know what transpired.
So why don't you tell me what you saw, Adnan?
I will go back and I will recant everything that I remember, which essentially is the. So we're talking about the pick that was outside the tavern when you attacked the group,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the story that I'll go back through.
Okay.
If there's something that happened differently, you never said so.
But why would I? I woke up, and you of all people should understand. I woke up, I looked different. I go out, and then Leaf's trying to help me, and I fucking blow up Leafcade. Okay, so then there's that. I go to sleep. I wake up again. I lose control, get pretty much dared by Tegan to try to summon the white war pick to help me balance out the red war pick because it was the power of the red war pick that let me protect your dumbass. And then I was in a fucking sandstorm, and you leave, or you don't even ask. You aren't the only one who has fought for your soul. And you guys give me so much shit about blowing up the tavern and picking up dangerous objects, but at least they won't fucking leave me. And I had to fight for not only my soul, but yours too. And then I come to, and Kaylin's gone, and Leaf is dead, and Kate is dead, and Arden, whatever the fuck his name is, leaves, and y'all don't trust me again. And then I do everything within my power to get you guys to trust me. And then y'all are getting ready to leave anyway. You've got Marnum, and you're fucking. Why are we building a fucking dance studio anyway? And Vice got the kids, and Tegan's got the fucking tower. And so what's gonna happen when we're done with this job? Y'all are gonna just leave too? So yeah, I picked up a fucking pretty that talks in my goddamn head, so I'm not alone anymore. Now what the fuck do you want, and why'd you make me get out of bed?
Well, first off, you really woke up with a lot on your mind this morning, I'll just say that. Maybe wait till my second cup of coffee before you drop that on me. And I just wanted to try on your gauntlets.
You tell me to leave and then you come in for my gauntlets? No.
Well, you asked why I knocked on the door. I didn't know that all this other stuff was going on.
Out. I want to go back to bed.
Well, I feel like at this point, we've... What was that?
Sing to her.
Did you say sing to her?
Yeah. At this point, all Adnan knows is to break out the lute and play a soothing melody.
No, you cannot borrow or try on my bracers. I don't
Hey.
even know if they're mine anymore.
Hey, Adnan.
Yes.
Second level spell, the first one.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're thinking.
What the fuck?
Nothing, you're fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, so at this point, I do feel like, oops, I gotta make sure I will do what Adnan does best. I will break out the lute and I will start playing the most soothing elevator music you've ever heard in your life. And as I'm doing that, you'll notice that the notes just start to appear in front of you and pop like little bubbles. And you find that somewhat relaxing as I cast calm emotions on you.
Okay.
Oh.
Witchy the woman.
Do
No.
you try to resist?
Yes.
Then you need to make a charisma saving throw. Oh man.
1 second here. Okay. I guess I had to read to see if luck would apply. But it's got to be an attack roll against me.
Your elevator music has no effect.
Well,
I'm not one of the tavern girls, Adnan. You can't use your lute and singing voice to make me calm down or do whatever you want.
I was just really hoping that you'd calm down a little bit. You were a little fired up. And
You would be too. And you woke me up.
I think that, yes, I definitely knew that coming up here to beat on your door was a 50-50 shot. But honestly, nobody else wanted to come up and do it, so here I am. My concern is that you think that the group doesn't appreciate you or that we don't trust you.
You don't.
How do you think that we don't trust you? Have we not gone down into the Mad Mage's dungeon with you and relied on you and put our lives in your hand?
You told me to leave.
When did I tell you to leave? When you had the red pick that I see as a threatening weapon to me? If you were in my shoes, knowing that you are very, very squishy and you've been dead twice, would you take that same gamble?
I don't know. I've never been as squishy as you are.
Well, let me just tell you, being squishy sucks. I've been trying to find a remedy to that ever since I stepped into the Mad Mage's dungeon. I haven't been too successful yet. But knowing that each time you die and it's harder to not go see Silas's lady, and knowing that you're not ready to because you have people like Martin that are dependent upon you, it's not really a leap of faith that you take too lightly. And when you see something that resurrects itself, I don't know how to do that.
You don't have that on your hotbar?
Let me see.
You can continue talking. Just keep going.
Oh, okay. When you see something like that reappear, it sends a flood of emotions and a bunch of worry. And not knowing everything that you've been through before, as I'm starting to find out, you make a decision based off of what you know. And as you saw out of my actions, my concern was not you as a player, or a person, I should say, because you stayed with the group. It was the weapon that was left behind. So it's not that I don't trust you, or I don't have faith in you, or I don't like you. It was the weapon. It worries me that it came across that way and that it has hurt you in this way, but that's not what's deep down in my heart.
Can you please stop bringing up that I blew up the tavern? Because I'm not the only one who killed Leaf at one point. You don't bring up the fact that we brought in the thingy with the entity in it, and it is what almost destroyed Leaf too.
I guess I should let you know that within the realm of my world, things that I am near and dear to, I tend to give a hard time to. And I apologize for that. That's kind of a weird, twisted way that my mind functions.
Well, the only really example of any good friend I have, they either talk in my head or it's Kaylin.
What friends talk in your head?
First there was Red, and now there's Henry and Tyr.
Red is still in there?
Now Red's gone.
Oh,
I saw him again down in the dungeon. The only two voices in my head are Tyr and Henry. But before the whole debacle where I tried to kill you guys, Red was in my head with Danielle.
I would say maybe in terms of your friends, the ones that are solely just in your head, don't give as much weight to as the ones who are standing by your side and have the actions to back up their words.
I'll try. But no telling me to leave and no leaving. Don't make me hunch down and cut you for leaving me.
I won't leave your side.
Now what the fuck is up with the dance studio? We need to sit down and go over the tavern finances and update our deed. And if Leaf isn't on there, we should probably ask him if he wants to be.
Maybe we should just leave the tavern to Leaf.
He doesn't want to be tied down to it. But
Then
he
why would
should
we?
at least be recognized as somebody who can make decisions.
Maybe, yeah. We could just leave it in a trust to Martin. Maybe that would work.
We still have to have somebody who makes the decisions and the owners set up.
Yeah, good point.
Still didn't answer me about the dance studio.
That's a long, complicated story there.
But do you have a plan for after we're done with this job of what you're going to do with the dance studio? Or are we just going to have this? I mean, Tally makes amazing things, but this random dance studio in the tavern.
I have a grand plan in my mind, yes.
So you don't plan to leave after this job?
Nope.
That's why you have the dance studio?
The dance studio is going to be part of my legacy.
So you're going to stay here?
That was always the plan.
You didn't say so, you idiot! And she hugs him. Now get the fuck out of my room before I stab you. I gotta get dressed.
I'm going to leave, but before you put the gauntlets on today, could I just try one
No.
real quick?
No.
I just need to see if I'm
No.
strong enough.
No.
Well, okay, here. Let me explain why. Feist thinks that she might be able to make something to help me not die as quickly, but I need to know if I'm strong enough to wear gauntlets.
And how much coin has been betted on if you survive or not asking me?
Not going. Tell her.
So-
I told you it would never happen.
Yeah, technically there's no coin. Tegan says that it's a death wish coming up here and even asking, and Feist just merely said she would make them if I asked you if I could try yours on to see if it works. Please. I won't cast any more spells on you.
That's really untrustworthy when you've cast spells on. At least when I cast spells on you, it's to help you from not being so squishy.
This was, one would argue, to help me not be so squishy. You did have a knife.
You did knock on my door and wake me up. You should know that by now.
Out of concern. We hadn't seen you for the day.
I was really tired. Is there food ready?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of food.
With the knife still in my hand, I hand him one of my bracers, but I'm watching him very carefully.
I
Right
put
here.
the-
You cannot leave the room with that. It's my pretty. You have 2 pretties, 3 pretties, 4 that you're not sharing, and you want me to share mine. So you better make this quick. Like she's just going word
I-
vomit.
I quickly put the bracer on.
It's heavier than you would like. If Vice could make something thinner out of this material, maybe? Like, it's thick, so you're thinking it'd be really heavy, but it's not as heavy as it appears, but it is heavier than you would like. So there's possibilities, at least.
So trying some dance moves and some kind of jabs like I had a sword in my hand. It's awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's it
No
again.
more
It's
awkward than the situation that Adnan fucking walked into this morning.
I mean, so it's like you're trying to do all that with a 20-pound weight in your hand. And
Gotcha.
trying to give you perspective because your strength score is so low of why it would feel that way. Again, with how thick it is, you would think it would be heavier than what it is, but it is still too heavy for you. So
Gotcha.
if Feist is able to, and this is a gauntlet, right? So it's like an arm piece into a hand piece into fingers, like it's a whole thing. So if Feist is just making bracers and makes it thinner than this gauntlet, then maybe?
Okay. I will quickly give that back to Portia. And I will tell her to hurry up and get downstairs before breakfast goes cold. And then I will scurry the fuck out of that room.
Don't forget, I need money. Please ask Spice. I gotta feed Henry before he eats you.
Me? I thought he wanted to eat Tegan.
The door is shut.
The door's shut, and I put on my bouncer clothes and put on the bracers, because now knowing that I don't want to come try him on, I don't trust to leave him here right now. And I kind of look at Tyr, and I pick him up and attach him to my back.
Okay.
Morning, Tyr. As I head out the door to go up the lookout to check in on Henry.
Tyr doesn't respond. And when you go up, there's no Henry.
I come down very quickly and I start running down the stairs.
All right.
The first place I go is going to be the kitchen.
All right. Well, as you're coming down, and opening up your door, there's a good 4 people in this hallway just actively moving heavy barrels and crates of produce and other stuff into the kitchen. There's just not a way for you to get through easily. But I mean, if there was a giant cat in the kitchen, you'd think there'd be some ruckus.
Yeah, I know, but I'm checking the kitchen. I'm not sounding the alarm up for Henry yet. I'm checking the kitchen to ask Leaf or Jonathan if they've seen him. So I'm looking for Leaf or Jonathan. Whoever one I run into first.
All right, so you dart in between the people, go into the kitchen itself, and you see Leaf and Jonathan are both in there actively preparing things. Like all of the fireplaces are roaring. There's the sizzle of meats and the sweetness of pastries and things being cooked and things being staged and prepped. As off to the left, there is a doorway that the 4 people are like that carry the produce are going into the door, and as you're coming in, you can see them actively like going downstairs.
Okay.
Like they're just constantly moving things. Give me an active perception check.
I do stand in a corner to stay out of the way. Or try to find a spot where I'm not in the way.
Okay, that's what you see.
Hey, Leaf or Jonathan? Leaf? Somebody? I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're prepping breakfast, but I need to ask a quick...
They both turn and look at you.
Have you guys seen Henry?
They look down at each other and then look at you. Leaf goes, "Yes."
Where is he? He's not in the lookout.
He points up to a corner where above some cabinets there is Echo and a small itty-bitty version of Henry.
So she gets as close as she can.
Like they are about 13 or so feet high, just like snuggled up together in the corner on top of this cabinet.
I just let out a big, like, whew.
Yes, your cat and I had a discussion about manners, and he has decided to adjust his size.
I just kind of look at Leaf. You had a conversation with Henry about manners,
Yes.
and he changed his size.
Yes. He
I
was
didn't
most agreeable.
even know. Tyr hasn't said anything yet today either.
Your sword.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about that. Only Henry and I have had a conversation.
You gonna steal my cat?
Not to my knowledge. But I believe that cats are picky individuals anyway, so, I mean, who knows who his favorite will be. Currently, it's the ghost cat.
Okay. She just kind of takes deep breaths because, like, she was extremely panicked that she had a lion out on the loose and she had to tell everybody that she had a lion out on the loose. Okay. Is breakfast already out there?
We are about to open, so if you want to go have a seat, we'll bring things out to you.
I can take my own plate.
You could.
Fine. And I just kind of walk out and go out into the tavern proper.
Gerhardt, you up yet, homie? How long you
Yes.
sleeping? It's about to be 9 o'clock, which is open time.
I would say 9 o'clock is an appropriate amount of time to sleep, or more accurately, wake up at about 6 a.m. if you realize you're very, very hungover, down a whole bunch of water, and just lie in bed and wish you were dead.
Good recipe.
Yeah. So I'd say 9 o'clock is probably about the time that Gerhard would be like, okay, I guess we're in this. I guess we're doing this, bitch. And just shuffle downstairs.
Okay.
For coffee. Lots of coffee. And the greasiest sandwich he can find.
So when you wake up and you know, I guess start going downstairs and opening that door, it is loud, painfully so, as people are actively moving things into the kitchen. There's a menagerie of smells coming out of the kitchen area itself that kind of like it's overwhelming for your current state.
Yep, Gerhardt's gonna go throw up.
Where?
He's gonna try and make it to any sort of chamber pod. He's gonna try real hard.
Give me an active perception check. I'm going to say a disadvantage because of your current state right now. Ooh. Ugh.
That
Okay.
is not going to help Leaf's cranky.
Oh, no,
So-
it is not.
You got this feeling, right? And you're just going anywhere that you can. You find a short barrel and you just let, bile and some miscellaneous nastiness. If you've slept, things have digested. You just release whatever's left of your stomach contents. And it's when you get it done, you got the teary-eyed going on. You kind of look up and you realize that it was not any kind of chamber pot. This is a barrel that somebody was carrying into the kitchen. That you've just stopped them mid-carry and vomited into a barrel of carrots.
If Gerhard had any designs on Leaf romantically, I think that about clinches it right there.
The individual staring at you is in just pure shock, doesn't even know what to do before just taking the barrel and continues going into the kitchen.
Sorry about that. Sorry. Never mind.
Do you go into the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. Yeah.
So at this point, the family's all back together in the tavern as an obvious still hung over Gerhardt comes stumbling in, pale-faced, and just looking like $1 out of 100 right now.
If we still have like the coffee carafe or something on the table, I will pour him a cup of coffee and hand it to him.
I feel better now than I did a minute or two ago, but that's not saying much.
That's
Looks so
good to
hot.
hear.
Oh, that looks bad.
I'm
know
gonna
what
take a
helps?
seat and eat.
Has it always been this bright in here?
Yes, no, maybe.
It is
No.
quite bright in here, I do agree.
It's in the daytime it is much brighter because that whole east side is just all windows. Or hang on, that would be the west side and north side. The west and north side is just all windows. So that morning light's just coming in. It is much brighter in here than it is at nighttime.
It is criminal.
I will just be obnoxious and beat on the table like beating a rhythm and talking loud.
Ugh.
Were the green women you sent me not enough?
Green women?
Did you end up going to bed with the green woman? Is that why you look so terrible?
No.
Is that why I was making an egg? Who was I making the egg incubator for?
I don't know.
Why
I
would
don't
you make
know.
an egg incubator?
Don't
Oh.
don't ask.
No, I need to know. Why are we talking about egg incubators again?
I'm not entirely sure. I just woke up to a bunch of schematics for egg incubators. Large ones, too, not for chicken eggs.
Feist, by the way,
What?
the gauntlet was too heavy. I need something smaller and thinner.
Oh, I need to see them on you in order to make. I have to make calculations. So
I
you were
don't
supposed to.
think
You were
that's
supposed
gonna.
to ask.
I did ask. Portia, let me try it on.
Okay. So tell you what, let's add it to the list. Let's go talk to Avi and Embrick. Maybe they've got some stuff in their shop that we can try on you, see if it works a little better. And if we need to make modifications from there, maybe we can.
As you
Sounds like
are
a plan.
talking about this, those double doors that separate the tavern from the inn open. And coming out is a shorter, black-skinned tiefling individual that's got a bit of weight to her. A very buxom, very big-hipped woman with this
Damn it.
bright white hair that only comes off to one side. The whole left side is completely shaved. It comes off to the right, and she's got these like bright purple eyes. And she's balancing a tray on her right shoulder that she comes in from and just goes, Wayward Souls, is that where y'all sitting? I got food here from Leaf. He said you guys normally sit at a table, though. What are you doing?
We can move to the. Go ahead and put it at the table, please. We'll move over there.
All right now.
Thank you.
And you, as she turns and walks, you see her hooves.
Fine.
She's a hooked.
So
She's a
mad
hooked
right now.
tiefling.
Feist is not. Cat is mad.
And she's got this long tail that just comes out, just swings in the opposite direction her hips do, in order
Rub
to
it in, Adam. Just
to,
rub it in.
keep her balance, it seems. And she sets this tray down, and as she gets about halfway there, Leaf comes out with a tray and sets that also down on the table. But then he grabs something and he has it in his hand and he walks over to Gerhardt. And he just puts a hand on Gerhardt's left shoulder, his right hand on the shoulder. Gerhardt, there's a not so gentle squeeze as he sets this pewter cup in front of you. And he gets down real low right next to your ear. He goes, this should help you with your hangover. Next time,
Thank
make it to the chamber pot area, not my carrots.
I'll pay for the carrots.
You already have. Don't worry.
Are you gonna eat with us this morning?
Of course, we have about what is it, Ivana? About 15 or so minutes before we have to open. Yes. Yeah, we got about that much or so. I mean, you did a lot of the prep. I can open up without you. Go on, stay with your peeps. It's all good.
I'm gonna start heading over to the table.
I'm immediately bucking whatever the hell's in that pewter cup.
Okay. Excellent. I need to make a roll.
He's poisoned you. Time to roll up a third character.
Fair.
Whew.
Fair.
There you go. Let's see if I can't. Thou art cured almost instantly. As you chug whatever this thing is, it's a little thick and slimy, and as it hits the stomach, you get like goosebumps like all over your arms and like across your shoulders and up the spine to like just the bottom of where your neck hits your skull, and it just goes completely over your head. Headache's gone, sweat's gone. You're feeling like $1,000,000.
Well, that was pricing. What is this food? And I'm gonna start digging in, cause my stomach's empty.
I feel like that could be a money-making thing. If we're struggling with making ends meet at the tavern, I think selling a hangover cure might be a great thing to do.
I
A lot of
never
people.
thought about actually selling that. That is one of the few memories that I have of my past life. How to make that.
Oh,
But anyway, I think some of you have already eaten, according to, well, I mean, Jonathan and Adnan's interesting plate choices this morning. Notwithstanding, there's plenty here.
Oh, I sit down and I make my plate and I start eating.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Feist is going for seconds.
Of course you are. We do need to pull out all of the paperwork and take a look at it sometime while we're topside too.
What paperwork?
The tavern paperwork. Do we have an office now, Leaf?
No. My understanding is that was the above the dance studio or building behind it. I'm not sure. Tally has all of that, and no, there's not an office per se, other than this table that's dedicated to all of us.
So where's the tavern paperwork currently at? Like finances and ownership deeds.
Oh, the ownership stuff would still be at City Hall.
Okay.
I believe we had a copy at one point, but I seem to have misplaced it or forgotten where that went. There's a period of time there that I don't have memory of, but oh well. As for the finances, actually Fosrin takes care of that, is my understanding. You guys hired him to be the general overseer of the tavern.
Yes, we did. Well, you did. But, okay. What is the game plan for today? Anybody?
I need to find something to make me not so squishy.
So my spell did not make you squishy. That I swap between you and Tegan isn't enough not to make you squishy?
What spell is that?
Or maybe I give it to Tegan more than you. The shield, I don't know what it is. I just use it to help make you not squishy.
I don't recall anything like that. I must have
maybe
used
it's
it on Tegan.
maybe
You
it's
get it all
Tegan.
the time. It's sparkly. It's kind of
Is
pink
it-
when she
is
casts it.
Ew.
Yeah, don't ask me. It's your magic.
I thought it was more like a purple. Isn't it a pink?
Adnan, have you tried working out? Like exercising?
That makes you not so squishy? I
Yes.
thought that just made
Yes.
you hit
Yes.
harder.
No, that makes you more resilient to things. If you'd like, we can start training in the morning.
Yeah?
Yes. Please start training in the morning, Adnan.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I go for a 5-mile run before we do push-ups and sit-ups. And how good are you with the blade?
Pretty
Terrible.
goddamn good.
He's terrible.
I show him all the notches on my blade from my kills. These were prior to Feist.
Oh,
I just kind of look at Feist
I was
and
quite the
roll my eyes.
quite the killer.
Feist nods.
Adnan, are you familiar with a Revenant blade?
Oh, the Revenant blade. Yeah. Yep.
Are you skilled in such things?
Well, I could always use some improvement with my skills of the Revenant blade. That's for sure. Yeah.
Give me deception roll. Oh, this will be great. Before I roll, is that the number you'd like to keep?
Ah, fuck it. I'll use a luck. What's the worst that could happen?
What a use of luck.
I love it. That's already 2 consumed today.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a
there we go.
solid use of a luck.
That is twice now that has happened to you.
Damn Leaf.
Even your luck doesn't want you to be lucky.
Nope. It's a story of Adnan. It's a sad
Really,
ballad.
you just need some some refresher training then on how to use such a thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, excellent. Do you have one, or when we go see Avi and Embrick later, should I have them make one for you?
I have a fancy dancy little gizmo. I'm looking for the name of it. I have a silvered short sword. I'll show that to him.
Okay, right. So how many bladed revenant blade are you used to using?
Just the standard, the normal, what everybody always uses. I don't get too fancy out there.
Oh, all right, all right. Well, this is the one that I use, and he swirls his hand, and this like black or not black, this like red smoke comes out. And at first, it looks like it's just creating this pole arm, but then when it solidifies, it's a blade on either end. This is the Revenant blade that I'm more familiar with. And just like spins it up above him. This is the normal one that you're familiar with, right?
That one looks to be a lot more intricate than the ones that I'm familiar with.
No, the double blade is the standard one, of course.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the smoking things and like the appearing and the.
Oh, that's
all the
just because it's
pizzazz.
my packed weapon.
Yeah. Oh, that's what threw me off then. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ignore its red color and general evil lookingness. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow then, shall we start training?
Sure.
It would mean I could make you slightly heavier bracers, Adnan. If you're a little stronger, you'd be able to manage them.
He looks out to all of you and goes, the invitation for training is of course open to everybody. Just, you have to get up early.
Yes,
I'm a
please.
Like,
train
how
in the morning
early?
person. Oh, before the sun rises, of course.
She
We
scrunches her nose.
do still have a tavern to open, so we have the 5-mile run, and then some general physical exercises, and then I will instruct you on at least the ways of the blade that I'm familiar with.
I'll do it.
Thank-
I'd like to.
yeah.
I'll wake you up, Portia, if you want.
Do you want to die?
Try
I mean,
me.
Why
This-
would they die?
They know not to wake me up in the morning. Don't wake me up
Oh.
before the sun
Oh.
comes up. Like, why would you even do that?
You,
I
if you
can
need more
attest.
training.
I can attest to that. Don't wake her up.
Oh, now I want to.
No, you don't want. I am not a morning.
That's
person.
why I sent you, Adnan.
Godspeed. Leaf,
Yeah.
Godspeed. You're gonna get some training that morning. That's for sure.
This is where having.
She just
you know,
kind of Adnan.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Feist would know not to wake me up in the morning.
That's why Feist sent on.
Yeah. Why do you think you sleep every time? You've never heard me get out of bed.
Nope.
Yep.
We do need to have a discussion and probably update our tavern information, go over our bills. If Leaf wants to be added to the tavern deed, add him.
He's
Designate
not on it.
I don't know. I have to double check, but I don't think he is.
That should be fixed.
And figure out who our designated, because you guys said there was imposters coming because of
Yes, there's been
invoices
there's
not
been a
being able
few
to.
there's been a few imposters trying to say this place is theirs or put things on the tab that weren't official.
Okay, we need to fix that before we go back downside.
I gotta run some errands too. I need to check with Avi and Embrick about the bracers for Adnan, and I want to check on them and see what happened. and I gotta go check on the kits.
Maybe an odd question, but why do you all keep going down if you have this place?
Because we accepted
That
the
is a
job
great
from
question.
Tegan's. With that too, we accepted this job from Tegan, or Adnan accepted this job from Tegan's ex to go and find unusual artifacts and books, and have we even brought one back to her?
No,
would
we
think of
burned
it.
a library. We burned a library.
Are you gonna give her your crown and your robe there, Adnan?
I've got a elvish boot.
One.
And
Mhm.
4 pieces out of 5 of a jade staff.
Does it do anything interesting?
It would do wonders if we had the second one.
Like what?
What elvish boots do?
I don't know what elvish boots do. I'm a halfling.
Oh, you haven't heard the story of the elvish boots?
Is this
Adnan,
like
if this is
Revenant
one of your
blades?
fancy stories, I really don't want to hear it right now.
Oh, well, then I won't bother getting into it. Just know that there's a lot of things that the elvish boots do.
Is it a true story or is it one of your fabricated stories?
It's absolutely true.
Let's walk quieter, I know that. So you accepted a job from somebody's ex-girlfriend,
Tegan. Yeah.
and now you feel the need to keep going?
Well, we kind of need to keep going and bring her back the artifacts because we need the money because of all of the updates that Adnan authorized without talking to everybody else.
And she's a hot ex-girlfriend.
She
And
is.
for the record, she is also somewhat powerful here in the city.
Good
Yeah,
to know.
something about the academy. She's I can't remember. She's the head of the academy or like somewhere really high up in the academy. Either way, Tegan aimed really high and caught a really big fish and really didn't deserve it.
Yeah,
Catfished her.
and he also might have kind of screwed it up a bit, you know.
That makes more sense.
Mm,
What?
No.
Yeah, what
Okay.
happened was he promised the world, and he showed up with nothing.
One elvish boot.
Egan. He showed up with
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah. He brought Tegan, and you know how that goes.
Okay.
You are so kind. all
So
of you.
so we're going to see Avian and Brick, right?
Well,
And we need to go to City
I have a
Hall?
lunch date with them at 1 whenever we close. We're going up to Mount Waterdeep. There's a place there that is beautiful.
Is that where we saw that troll guy? Right? In the cavern cave thing?
You do
This
know
is
that's
not my
where
first.
we buried Doug, right?
I thought we put Doug at the base of the mountain.
The mountain isn't that bad. I mean,
You guys are
Sometimes.
leaving at 1?
We were up there. We went up to the.
Yes.
We went up that mountain. Remember,
Yeah.
there was that guy that was doing the meditation.
Yeah, he taught me quite a bit about meditation and controlling my anger.
I grew up inside the mountain, if that's helpful.
My head tilts a little bit.
Don't
you-
do it, Feist. Don't do it.
Their
You
head
said
tilts
you-
back.
You guys are leaving at 1? Are you guys okay with extra company if we decide to tag along?
Of course. I believe Avi would be excited to see you all. Imbric would be too, just won't show it.
Embrick doesn't.
But Embrick is very emotive. I don't understand.
You're right. If you can notice the inflections of his face, if you're perceptive enough, yes.
I feel like Feist spent a lot of time with them, like trapped in that fort. So like, I feel like Feist is completely comfortable with all of his facial expressions and like doesn't understand why nobody else thinks he's expressive.
I mean, checks out.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to City Hall. I don't know about the rest of you then. And then I'll be back here at 1.
What would City Hall need to get other, like, do they need to see Leaf? What else do they need to change?
I don't think it's been changed since we originally got it. I don't know. I'm gonna go find out. I don't know.
That
But
sounds like a good idea. I will come with you.
Sounds awful. I'm gonna go find the kids. Do I know, or would I know the kids were in school, or from when we were up last time?
You weren't up when Martin and Rosetta were leaving, so you don't know.
Okay,
You don't
'cause-
know if today's a school day.
But what I'm not remembering is like their previous experience with the kids. Would Feist think that the kids were in school, or do they not attend school and they would find them at the temple if they were going to go check in?
You would definitely find them at the temple, but whether or not they're in class, you don't know.
Okay.
Do you say this out loud?
Yes, I say it out loud.
I will remind you that it's a school day.
What's a school day?
It's the day that they go and they listen to their teacher in class.
Oh,
It's not the weekend where they don't have school. That's why
weekends they
Martin's
don't
not
have school?
right. That's when Martin's not here. He's in school.
Oh, this school thing sounds like a drag. Okay, I guess. When are they out of school?
Around dinner.
Oh. They didn't come last night. Alright, I guess if we're going up the mountain, then I won't check on them today. Maybe I can check on them tomorrow. Is tomorrow a weekend?
Fosrin? Fosrin. Is school in tomorrow? Sounds like that's a yes. School is
No,
in
there's 3 more school days before they have 4 days off.
4 days. This weekend is long. Alright, I might go check on them after school at some point then.
I mean, it is Bone Soup Day. Do they have an invitation for that? Do they know that it's Bone Soup Day?
I thought that was tomorrow. They will know when it's Bone Soup Day. But I thought that was tomorrow.
Today is tomorrow, Feist. You have slept.
Oh. Didn't feel like it. It sort of felt kind of like death.
Perhaps not 2 chocolate cakes by yourself next time. Maybe just 1.
Maybe. Above table question, are there clocks?
Nope.
Okay. But the
It's not- there's-
timekeeping, things like sand, what is the word that I want?
There are hourglasses.
Hourglasses.
Yes, and there are candles.
Hourglass
That's-
sounds better
They're-
unattended.
Well, you'll see that there are candles inside the tavern that are lit, and they have notches on the wood behind them, and it's when the flame gets to this notch is what time it is.
Oh, already in the tavern.
Yeah, because currently the flame is almost to the 9 o'clock when the business opens.
Because what's rolling around Feist's brain is this time slip thing is bothering them. The fact that we don't know how long we've been down there. So what they're thinking about is trying to create an item that would be able to tether. So there's a magical interference that's not letting Tegan's teleportation work. But if there was a way that they could build something that they could see how time was it could be linked to an item that was tracking the passage of time on the above world, so they could see how much time was passing below.
Oh, like you'd put that on the bracers?
I could do that if you want, but I feel like you shouldn't shake sand. But something like that. That wouldn't protect you. It would just give us an idea of how long we've been down there.
I was just confused. I thought we were working on bracers.
I have many ideas going all at once. There's no need to limit oneself to one project.
Valid.
So
Well-
I might want.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I might want to go find. I don't know. I don't even know how to start this. Maybe I should go check in on Tegan's tower at some point, see if there's any time magics I could research, and then probably I just need to go to a junk shop, get some tinkering things that I can start messing around with.
I mean, Tegan's tower was Rashal's tower. He was a chronology wizard. He might have
That-
something about time there.
That was my thought. Maybe he's got something that might give me some information. I don't specialize in time. It's more practical magics.
Hmm.
So this one would be a little out of my scope. So it might be something I'd have to hand off to Tegan if it required a lot more magics than that. But I could at least build a mechanical piece of it.
Maybe something that constantly counts.
That was my thought. Like, or a way to keep it. It's not like I'm in an hourglass.
All right, y'all. Just letting you know, about to open the doors. Not that you guys can't stay. It's about to get loud.
Loud? How many people come for breakfast now?
As you say that, you look outside because again, the west and north walls are a bunch of windows. There's a fucking line.
Wow. I miss
don't-
this place.
If you have that many
As-
people coming, I don't know that you need another way to make money.
As the
Ew.
This
the
is
tiefling woman goes over and flips the sign around and opens the doors and just excuse me, backs up, and people just whoosh, just start flooding in, sitting at the bar, sitting at the tables. Place is packed within minutes, and just the buzz of all kinds of talk. It's just here.
this is crazy.
Maybe we don't need to go back down there. Oh, right. We like Adon.
We've already committed to the job. We have to go back down and at least complete it.
What exactly, actually, is the job?
To go down there and collect uncommon and unusual artifacts and bring them back to her.
I mean, the elven boot seems like an uncommon or unusual artifact.
I mean,
Turn that
technically.
in, right? And job's done.
So technically, is Tyr and Henry and Adnan's hat and Adnan's
As you say Tyr and Henry, my eyes just go really big and I just start clenching a knife in my hand.
You know, since we're talking about Tyr and Henry, didn't you guys collect Remy from down there?
Yes, but we're not
I'm
giving
not
Remy
from
to her.
there.
Oh, well, I don't believe that the Tyr and Henry were from there. I mean, they're sentient things. They're basically alive.
If you sell me, I will murder you all in your sleep.
I'd
We're
like to
not
see you
selling
try.
anybody. And that's what I'm saying. We've collected a lot of things. Like, the staff is a great
Yep.
start, but we
That-
haven't brought her anything, which we might want to think about.
That reminds me, as you guys are talking about this, there is a massive yellow bow just in the front of Gerhardt's head, and this ribbon just completely around.
Pretty?
With the bow,
We
your
already
heart.
We already had this discussion with Gerhard and the bow. Remember, he doesn't want to talk about it.
It's the same bow?
Give me a investigation roll.
Uh,
Or are you gonna jump into Leviathan to inspect
no,
this?
No,
it's
I
not- it's
don't
not a-
want to. I don't want to
no-
get up in his face either.
Alright,
So we'll
it's
just do a
Regular
normal,
roll.
regular roll.
Normie roll.
Good enough.
Wow. Yes. This is the exact same bow that, for whatever reason, keeps changing locations and size about his person.
Does this one talk to you also?
At least I tell y'all about Tyr and Henry.
Yeah, I am not sure what you are speaking of. No, nothing is talking to me.
Okay, so this is not a sentient magical item, but it does change. That's quite clever.
But I bet he can't take it off.
Why would I want to?
What if you're
This is
wearing a
on your
color that doesn't
forehead.
go?
I do not believe in that.
Can I cast Identify on it?
I did that before.
No, I'm asking for consent.
If it makes you happy, go ahead.
I'm just curious. I didn't actually prepare any spells for the day, so let's see.
Leaf will look over to you, Gerhardt, and go, "Well, it's very cute."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Oh, I will run over and get Leviathan for this,
Okay.
because I can't cast without Leviathan. So
You also need a pearl.
oh,
Identifies one of those that has the material component that you have to
it
have the
does.
material.
Okay, then I can't. Never mind.
Would you
Never
like to
mind.
use my pearl?
Well, if you've already done it already, I don't want to waste your magics, especially if it didn't. You said it didn't work last time.
The pearl's not consumed. It's just a focus for them.
Oh, yes, please.
There you
And
go.
I'll cast Identify.
Okay. I'm going to need you to give me an active Arcana check. And then an active religion check.
Yep, that's pretty much what happened to me.
Wait. Flash of Genius.
Okay, we'll +5 that. Keep going.
And then, hang on, let me do religion. And Flash of Genius.
Oh, you're flash geniusing both.
Yeah. I want to know what this shit is.
Okay.
I will. Where is it? There we go. Da-da.
Seeing the
Nah.
struggle, I will give her some bardic inspiration.
Nice. Do you want to add inspiration to one of those rolls?
I would like to add inspiration to. Okay, wait. So with 5, that gets. Oh, that scared me.
18 and 17 are your rolls.
18 and 17. Let's add bardic inspiration to Arcana.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like if I don't know what it is, the religion check's not going to matter much. So what is it? A D6? D4?
D6.
Hells yeah!
Nice.
23 and
23
17.
for the Arcana check. Nice. Okay.
I'm a little uncomfortably close, Gerhardt.
You can smell the chocolate cake.
Well, the mask is closed because I need the eyeballs. Otherwise,
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be chocolate cake anymore. She's had beans
Chocolate
and eggs
goo
and
underneath.
bacon and toast.
multiple rounds of
Yeah.
bacon, coffee. I mean, it's a veritable McDonald's down that gullet.
Okay.
I'm
with,
glad your mask is down.
with your 23, you're able to detect every single school of magic on this bow.
Oh,
In abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, and transmutation. All of them, all of the main schools seem to be there. And as you're like really focusing in on that, there is also something that you are less familiar with, but Identify gives you. There is blood magic on this.
whoa. Okay.
A less known school. And as you get this information, you hear a voice in your head that just goes, "Oh, it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it because damn crisp." It's like somebody clicking their tongue at you 3 times. It's not going to pick up
Like-
my voice. Like click, click, click. Okay.
Wait, did it pick that up like
No,
tisk?
it's not picking up. It's
I know
it's
what
not gonna
sounds
do it.
you're making.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what sounds you're making. Okay,
So
okay.
it is
Like a-
yes,
Kind of.
exactly.
Yep.
And then this sultry feminine voice just goes, no, this one's mine. and your spell is gone.
Well, isn't that fascinating? It does talk.
I'm sorry,
Not for
Wyatt.
me.
She talked to me. She's very possessive of you.
You might have heard. You remember who I serve, right?
Ardenelli. Argenvost. Argenbelly. What's her name?
Arcady.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Arcady. That's so cool. She's got a very personal claim on you. Is that good?
So Gerhardt has a talking object, and you're like, "That's cool," and I get a talking object, and y'all are like, "Oh my god!"
It's not a talking object. I just got to talk to a god. That's a little concerning, though. You have a blood pact with her?
That is not a thing to worry about.
I mean, not for me. I didn't make the blood pact.
It is
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
Details.
Crazy.
two
You're all
cursed
crazy.
party members. Why do you guys touch things that you shouldn't?
This was not that.
So I don't mind secrets, Gerhardt. That's fine. Until it starts becoming a problem and risking the safety of the group. Is your secret anything that would put us at risk?
What an interesting question. Is there
Yeah.
a single thing in the world that could not put somebody at risk?
You watch Feist's their mask flips open and their whole demeanor kind of shifts. They're normally very gremlin-y and silly, and they get very serious with you. I don't mind arguing semantics with you, but you know what I mean. Answer the heart of the question, not the words.
I don't think that it would be a problem. But, you know,
What?
it's about this.
Do I believe him? You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Give me an insight roll. And Gerhardt, if you're trying to be deceptive, give me a roll.
I'm not
Damn
really.
it. He's just like, okay, he's a friend. I'm sure he's being honest. Okay, so the you say that and Feist's face kind of shifts back to that slight tilt, and the kind of silly look goes back, and oh yeah, okay. Just tell us if that changes, okay? Pact protects each other.
If things start to look bad, I will of course say something. Otherwise, it is just an accessory.
Kind of a weird one. And a little possessive, but okay. And I will climb back out. I'll put Leviathan back in the corner, and I'll climb back out and sit back at the table like a civilized person.
Yes. Storm and water goddesses, they tend to be a bit...
As you sit down, Leaf stands up and goes, well, I have things to make for all these people, so you all have a good morning, and again, I leave at about 1 for the mountain if anybody wishes to join us. And as he gets up, he heads to those double doors, and Portia gets up and she heads to the front door.
Yep. Portia's going to City Hall, correct?
That was the last thing she said.
She didn't say. She didn't tell anybody anything. She just got up and she went that direction.
See, apparently people can just leave if it's not me.
Yeah, that's
We-
exactly right.
So we witnessed it, but you can come with me. I'm gonna go to Tegan's Tower. You want to see it? You can meet our scale friends. There's 3.
Beg your
Come
pardon,
on,
what?
let's go. And I'll walk towards the door. Come on. I'll get in Leviathan, then walk towards the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna run towards City Hall.
All right. Gerhardt's going
City
City
Hall.
Hall. Okay. So as you, I guess, collectively, you guys leave. The line is still coming in. You can, I think, with everybody's passive, like as soon as you guys get up and leave, like some people try to go over to that table, and as soon as the first person that sits down, like Yavanna's instantly there and headsbutt them with her horns and throws them out of the table, and then just starts cleaning up the table.
That was very aggressive. I like her.
She's a very aggressive individual. She's one of the more fun ones that I've made.
I like her.
You seem to like a lot of the female characters I make.
Well, they're all hot. Does not sound like a me problem.
It doesn't sound like a me problem either. All right,
be a
so you
problem.
guys leave. Initially, you guys are going the same direction. You go out to the main crossway. Both groups are turning left. However, two of you are stopping at a bookstore. Is the bookstore open?
Yeah, we'll let it be open.
All right.
It's open.
Okay. So, Feist, you get to the bookstore. The sign is flipped open.
Wow.
A bookstore?
Yeah. And I
Interesting.
will walk in. So I will explain to Remy as we go. This is Tegan's like magical tower. It's also a bookstore. So he like sells books and he studies magics. And it came to him from, I sort of met this individual, not much, but Rashal, he was a very powerful friend of Leaf's. And then he died or disappeared. I think he died. I'm not sure. It was very upsetting. And yeah, Tegan's in charge of the tower now.
Well, that is the
Well-
name of the bookstore. Bookworm's
also-
Treasure.
Yeeted somebody into a different space-time dimension when I was in here one time, but I think that person wasn't supposed to be in this space-time dimension, so I think it's fine.
You
It's never
all
happened
have
to me.
A lot of very different things, just saying.
Yeah, it's pretty chaotic being a part of this group. Just a heads up, since you still technically could escape if you needed to.
Good to know.
All right, so as you walk in, there's a couple people off to the sides that are shopping, and this place, Remy, is significantly bigger on the inside than the small building it looks like on the outside. To the point that when you're walking into a 40-foot diameter circular room, in the center of the room is a table where there are currently one golden kobold sitting at the table with this book that is the size of the table left and right. So it's about 4 feet wide, this book is, and about 3 feet deep, and the pages are just thick. There are two more golden kobolds. Each of them seem to be helping another individual. But you look up and you just see books that seem to go up and up and up forever. Now, Tegan, are you actually in the bookstore or are you in the laboratory?
No, I'm in the bookstore and I'm
Okay.
actually looking at the section of books on, was it giants? Was that what you asked me about? Giants or
It is. Yep.
Giant runes, yes.
Yes, I'm stacking a few of those in my hands.
So then what you would then additionally see is Tegan gets onto this ladder. He goes up about 6 rungs, grabs what looks like a handle of something and pulls down, and you see that the row of books just comes down. And it looks like, as you're staring up, a whole nother level of books just... And that level that was there is just gone. And he's picking some books. And when he's done, that level rises back up again.
See, isn't this place great?
I have never seen so many books in my life.
Me neither. Master
Okay.
didn't like books very much. They were too small. He kept catching his claws on it.
Okay.
Hi, Tegan.
Yes. Hello.
Hey, so I came by to check on the giant books, and I also had a bit of an idea that I might need your help with. We kind of keep losing track of time down there, and we can't figure out how long it's been, and when we should try and rest, and when it is up here. So I thought maybe we might be able to create some sort of item like a magical item that might be able to help us keep track of time. So I was wondering if you have any books that I might be able to go through to look at that, or any ideas.
Maybe.
It's the Time Wizard's Tower.
Right.
Feist is just
A
standing there
Time Wizard's
very
Tower.
patiently,
Yes.
waiting
yes,
for
it's-
Tegan's
it's
response.
The Wizard's Tower.
Yeah. Rashal was a time wizard, right?
Yes, he was.
Is something? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I? Was I? Are these for you?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna hand her this stack of books, and
Oh,
I'm going to keep perusing the books.
thank you. I'm gonna look at the books that he's collected. I'm specifically looking for giant rune and patterns of behavior and magics in particular. So
So the entire stack of books that I hand her is on meditation and how to control your emotions.
oh, I wonder if this is supposed to be for Portia. I'll bring it to Portia if he wants me to. None of these are giant books, Tegan. Close. I'll bring him to Portia though.
I mean, the books were pretty big.
I'm sorry, you were so small. I thought that all books were giant to you. You need books on
About giant
actual
runes,
giants.
please.
Right. Well, I mean, the shopkeep may be able to help you. Have you asked him? There's an index that you can search.
That's fine.
And I'm going to go back to looking at the books.
I'll take the mindfulness and meditation books with me as I go talk to the shopkeep.
Okay. So which one of the 3 golden kobolds are you going to talk to?
The one that doesn't look busy.
What do you mean by busy?
You mean?
That I feel like I could stand and wait for their attention and not be waiting for 2 hours.
Oh, okay. In that case, give me an insight roll.
Oh, now I roll high.
Nice. All right. So you at first go up to the one that's like perusing the giant book before you you get up there and you're like and there's just if you weren't a kobold yourself, the look of sheer concentration, you know that look. You get that look. There's no way you're breaking this. Yes, whatever this fellow is doing, it could be days before they break up to even breathe, maybe.
I'll find a different kobold.
You do. You go over to you just kind of like peruse a little bit and wait a couple minutes, and the one that was helping looks like a parent and child pick up some books. They leave, and then the kobold turns around to you and goes,
Feist, you have been granted access. How can I help you?
I'm looking for books on giants, their runes in particular, and also anything about time and time tethering magic. Abilities to keep track of time when time flows are different in 2 different spaces.
What the
Is it
hell
like
would
they're-
you need time magic for? And what the hell are you doing in my tower?
Well, if you'd have listened, I was explaining it to you just a second ago when you were talking to me.
Are you fucking daft?
No,
I've
I
been
think you're
right
fucking
here the whole
deaf.
time looking for your damned giants books.
I
And I'm gonna
talked
toss
to
this
you,
book
and
at
you.
her that says giants, runes, and cliff notes and things like that.
Thank you. You were talking to me. You gave me mindfulness and meditation books for Portia. And I hold the stack of books that he handed to me.
Oh, the hell I did. And why would I give you books for meditation and what? Do I look like a self-help fucking group to you? And then I'm just going to spin around and go back to my table and converse with another one of the kobolds of mine.
Remy, give me a perception roll.
Yeah, I also want to check that out because
Give me a perception roll.
I don't know if it is. I necessarily want to know if he looks different, but like I'm used to Tegan's jokes. Like it would not be beyond the pale for Tegan to be fucking around with Feist. But
So
do I get the feeling
For
that this
you
is
would be an
Feist
insight
fucking?
roll. For you would be an insight roll.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. I want to know is like,
Uh,
does this feel like Tegan or do we have a doppelganger?
Remy?
Yep.
I mean, looks like Tegan.
Interesting.
Feist? I mean, oh, flash of genius there. Nice,
Yep.
nice. I mean, could be one of his jokes. Hard to say. Something's a little different, but it could be one of his weird jokes.
I'm gonna set the mindfulness books on the counter, and I'm gonna open the giant book for a second, and kind of thumb through. Does it? It looks normal. It looks like what I was asking for.
Does it look like what Feist was asking for?
I don't know if we've
Looks like
lost him.
I think his listening door is closed. Please hold.
I'm sorry, were you talking with me?
Yeah, Feist is trying to figure out what's wrong with you. So they've opened the giant book to see if it's what they asked for.
Yeah, it should be. Tegan grabbed you exactly what you were asking for.
Okay, and then the mindfulness books. Is that what they are when I take a look at those?
Well, yeah, that guy handed you books on meditation and controlling your anger.
Okay. Has Feist at any point since they entered the tower lost visual track of Tegan?
No.
All the time.
I got two different-
No more than normal. It's his tower. He can blip anywhere, really.
Hey, Tegan?
What? You can see
Time.
me. I'm standing like 20 feet in front of you at a table.
Time magic. Do you remember talking about that?
What, that hubbub that Rashal was into?
Yeah. Do you remember having a conversation with me about it?
When? At what
Do you-
time?
Do you have a doppelganger? Have you cast a...
Doppelganger?
Yeah, have you cast a spell to, like, copy you to help you in the tower? Because I talked to you about this, and
No.
you definitely handed me weird books.
I don't have time for stupid spells to copy myself. Alright? Leaf's the one who copies himself.
I mean, if you could, then that might help you with the project that we were working on. Do you remember that?
The project?
Yeah.
The project that I haven't came up with a plan yet for.
Yeah.
But we have a plan to make a plan.
Okay, you do remember that. Huh. Okay, well that's weird. If you get kidnapped, please let us know.
Right. I mean, I've got to go check on something right now, but I'll be back at the tavern, shortly.
Okay, I'll
And
ask your
I'm going
kobold
to-
for the time magic book then.
I'm going to take the book I'm working on, close it, and walk right through a fucking wall.
Okay.
I
I'm
wonder if
blipping.
he's developing psychosis.
Blipping.
So you guys see as Tegan goes through the wall, and you guys have these books.
just gonna file this
Remy-
away in my head, and
Remy, you're looking around at things, and well, you see Tegan coming back down the ladder.
This place is very confusing.
It's a very long ladder.
How confusing. This place is very confusing. Okay,
what's confusing?
well, Tegan.
Yeah.
I point to Tegan coming down a ladder. I'm like, I'm confused. People don't jump around like that.
When I get to the bottom of the ladder, I'm just going to thank the kobolds and wish them a merry day and panter on through the door out into the streets.
Okay.
Tegan leaves. As this ends, and all this weirdness, the kobold that you're initially talking to comes back over and goes, Tegan does not have access to Razir's notes on time magic. I cannot help you.
Okay. Thank you for checking. What about any books about tethering objects? Like tethering magic objects. Is that lower level magic that he might be able to have permission to use?
Enchantment magics.
Yeah. Could I borrow a book on that, please?
At what level? How
I would
proficient are you with enchanting magics?
I would say nothing any higher than, and I'd have to look to see if artificers can even do enchantment magic. But I would say nothing higher than a level 3 capability at this point. But right now I'm just gathering data.
Beginner level.
Yeah.
Yes, access is granted. Please hold.
Thank you.
And he goes over to that ladder, climbs up, and he just starts pulling rows and rows and rows down. Seems to grab a couple of books, puts one in its tail and grabs the other one, and the rows just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh back up as he climbs down. And then hands you 2 books. They
ABCs of enchantment and enchantment for dummies.
basically, yes.
Okay, thank you. Do you need anything, Remy?
No, I don't think so, but, doesn't Tegan usually wear red?
Yeah?
But when he walked past and out, he wasn't.
What color was he wearing?
Like earth tones. It's hard to say for sure. Like, just not normal. I was confused.
I'm going to talk in the ring. Hey, Tegan.
Oh, there's no response.
Tegan.
No response.
Tegan. Adnan.
Still nothing.
I can't hear Adnan.
Nope.
I'm going to walk outside the tower. Tegan.
No response.
Adnan.
Adnan, do you wish to respond?
Yep.
Is Tegan at the tower? In the tavern?
I'm not in the tavern and I don't see Tegan.
Do you remember what color he was wearing this morning?
That's a good question. No, not particularly. I remember he was eating my food.
Okay. Thanks, Remy. I don't know what to do with that information yet, but all information
either,
is
like,
useful.
He's a very strange person anyway, so I don't know.
Look, just keep track. You seem to be
confused.
really good at this kind of thing. Keep track. All we gotta make sure is he didn't get kidnapped. We're pretty used to fuckery when it comes to the tower, so maybe it's Tegan from 3 days ago that slipped out instead of the other Tegan. But either way, let's just make sure he's not kidnapped. Okay.
I do
So
want to come back out and ask the kobolds for a certain book.
Okay.
what color is he wearing?
You're outside?
You're outside.
We
Ugh.
left the tower.
Ugh. Did you
Well,
you came with me or did
I
you stay?
followed you because I was
Ugh.
confused.
Remy's not going to
Ugh.
stay in a
I'm
strange place for a
freaking
strange.
confused
You-
at this point.
You didn't even introduce her to all three of the kobolds.
Oh my god, I was
I have
rude. Let's
no
go back
idea.
inside. I'm gonna shove you back inside. We gotta go introduce ourselves to the kobolds.
Who?
Oh, it's just the kobolds in there. There's still
Dragon
no
Kid.
ticket.
This is our new friend Remy.
Two
I'm
of
not gonna
them
talk to the
turn
one in the
and
book.
I was about to say
I'm
the
not
other
talking to that
two
one.
turn and look.
This is Remy.
They just wave at the exact same time,
Say hi, Remy.
and
Oh,
then
dear.
they go
God.
hi Remy at the exact same time.
Sorry.
Okay. This
My-
tower is odd.
Feist is smiling profusely at Remy, like they're very proud of themselves.
Huh. Huh.
All right, let's go. Let's go see if Tegan's back at the tavern, and we can try and check and see if he's been kidnapped.
Standing right there at the table. With the
Oh, you're
kobolds.
still there? I thought you just said it was only
Interrupted me on-
kobolds. What color are you wearing?
What do you mean? What color am I wearing?
No, Feist is looking at you. What color are they wearing?
I am wearing my red bullshit that I wear every day, all day.
Fiery red robes.
Who
Fiery red robes.
who
Now,
wears brown? Is there a time that you've worn brown robes or earth tone robes?
I'd imagine when they get dirty enough, they get a bit brown.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen you when you've been charred by a dragon. They didn't get brown. It was kind of black. But
I'm going to turn
Why-
to the kobolds that I was talking to and ask them, I said, do you kobolds have weird color vision?
well, it wasn't actually me, it was Remy. Apparently you walked out of here. You just walked out of here a couple minutes ago wearing a brown robe.
No, I walked back to my office. Anyways,
And then
kobold
came
fellas,
down the.
I need a book on sanctums. I want to learn how to create like my own little private sanctuary, my own private sanctum. Something that'll help me not have to, come back to town every 2 to 3 days to rest.
The one that was looking through the big book looks up. The other two come over, and all three of them are now actively just quickly turning pages and searching the book. I mean, the book is like the index of every fucking book you have in this fucking place. This could be a while.
Right. Well, I'll leave you to it. Just contact me when you find something that may be of use. And I'm going to look at Feist and Remy and say, well, you got your book. Off we go now. And I'm gonna kind of walk towards the front door.
Oh. Feist will follow them, but they'll whisper in their ring.
Tegan doesn't hear anything.
Ring magic doesn't work in tower.
Once we're out of the door.
Oh. Then it works.
Well, yeah, I'll turn around and look at you and say, what the hell do you want?
Oh, it does work.
By the way,
Use
the
this
sign now says closed.
Nothing. Thanks for the books. And I will just follow after him. Oh, one more thing. I will use the ring just to whisper to Portia. Let me know what color Tegan's wearing the next time you see him. particularly if it's not red. And I will leave it from there.
Okay. So Remy and Feist and Tegan, where are you going?
I'm going
Um,
back to get something to drink. I don't know where they're going.
I'm going back to the tavern. I'm posting up with all of my paper. I'm starting to do research on giant runes.
Okay.
And also taking a look at that enchantment book. Basically, it's flipping between kind of the two projects. I have sort of forgotten already about Adnan's Brazers, but I can't do anything about this in this moment.
And I'm just following Feist because I don't know what's going on.
I got time to kill before they find the book that I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna go and drink.
Fair enough. I mean, there's no place at the bar or any table to sit at, but there's your guys' big table to sit at. And I mean, you get served. It's your fucking place. Well, in that case, it's 2 minutes till. I think that's a good spot for us to stop. No sense in starting City Hall's nonsense when we won't be able to finish that in time.
Fantasy bureaucracy, guys. Can't you feel it coming?
Can't you wait?
I'm looking forward to the paperwork.
I know, you're so
Always
weird.
paperwork.
Ugh, I love paperwork.
You
Ugh.
didn't have to come with me, but it's gonna be on Portia's mind of making sure the tavern's situated before we leave.